What is going on, you beautiful people, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to be still. Because in times of struggle, in times of suffering, in times of weariness and confusion, it's hard for us to stay still. We're always worrying and worrying and worrying and thinking about what's next going to happen in our lives. And that can be such a very heart-wrenching feeling when you don't know what's next, because as humans, we want to know what's next. But what God tells us is to trust in the plans that He has for us, because God's love will never change. God's love will never change. He still is going to love you today and tomorrow and to infinity until the day you die. Understand, you may be going through some storms right now, and you may be asking, I have all this anxiety, but how do I stay still in the midst of the storms that I'm going through? And the best thing to do is to adapt this mindset and have faith. Okay, God is with me. God is strengthening me. God is getting me through this suffering that I'm going through. I mean, I like to look at it like this. Think about Daniel in the lion's den, and we can use this as an example. Think of the lions as your life problems, your anxiety, your depression, and your life, if it's falling apart, right? And we can be like Daniel. We can have trust, we can have faith, we can put all of our hope into the Lord whenever those lions and those life trials are throwing at us and coming to get us. Because there are going to be times in your life where you feel stuck. There's going to be times in your life where you feel like it's the end. But it's not really the end. But understanding and adapting the mindset, nobody has everything figured out. Not your parents, not your grandparents, and so on. We are all humans living a human experience for the first time, and we're all trying to figure things out. And I think whenever you can adapt this mindset, it kind of brings a peace. Because like, okay, I don't have to have everything figured out. And sometimes it feels like people are advancing in their lives and people are, moving on to bigger and better things, and you feel stuck. And in being in this entrapped mindset, it's hard to get out of it. But I promise you, what you are doing today will make sense in the future. And the things that you are praying for today will make sense. Well, God's not answering my prayers right away, so I'm not going to believe in Him. Understand, the prayers that you might have sent a year ago that you don't even remember, God has already answered them, but you just don't remember. You pray to be in this exact position that you're in right now. So be thankful and give praise. If we wake up, that is a blessing. So as soon as you wake up in the morning, give thanks to the Most High. God, thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for giving me another shot at life. Thank you for giving me another opportunities. I truly think the meaning of life is spreading peace and love and kindness, as Jesus did. We're always chasing the next big thing. We're always chasing the next big job. We're always chasing materialistic stuff. And that's why you see a lot of famous people or people that have a high large of value, they commit suicide. Because you can have all the money in the world and you can still be unstill in your faith and unstill in yourself, and you can still be in a large crowd in a large room and still feel alone. And when you have this emptiness feeling, there's only one thing that can fill that, and that's God's love. Because God's love doesn't change for you. It doesn't. It says in Isaiah 37, their strength is to sit still. And think about it. The reason why it's important for us to sit still in the storms that we go through is because when we overthink, overthinking is basically us trying to figure out an illusion in our brain that we never figure out. It's just an illusion. The ego wants to, okay, I want to figure out this. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? And then you're just overthinking. It never ends. And then you're going to suffer. Man who leans on his own understanding suffers. It's because you're trying to create an illusion and a solution out of the ego. But what God tells us, if we sit still, if we read His Word, if we go to Him in prayer and supplicate prayer with overthinking, we'll start to be at peace. And that's beautiful. You'll be at peace in the storms. Being like, okay, God, I trust you. I don't know where my life is going, but I'm going to do my part. I'm going to praise you through the good and the bad times, and I trust you. I give you the wheel. Like, I think it was Carrie Underwood, like how she says Jesus takes the wheel. Let Jesus take the wheel of your life. Because the more you don't let Jesus take the wheel, you're going to suffer, and you're going to feel weary, and you're going to feel confused. Everything is going to be okay. But do you believe that? Sometimes we don't believe that. In times of suffrage, we're like, oh, my life is not going to get better. And think about it, you're telling yourself that. And your life isn't going to get better because you're telling yourself that. But having faith of the size of a mustard seed saying, my life is going to get better. Everything will be okay. Because the enemy is a liar. Sometimes it wants us to believe, no, things are falling apart. My life isn't going to get better. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. And then that becomes the label of yourself. That's the kind of person that you think you are, but you're not. You're beautiful in the image of God. So I ask you, be still in the storm that you're going through. You grow through the emotions you go through, and your faith will grow too. Depend on God, not your own understanding, because you will suffer. God loves you. Never forget that, and you will be okay. I'll see you guys in the next one.